Welcome to another episode of Stow Nation, a production of Park Media. Before I introduce today's guest, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share, and leave a 5-star review. And if you find this podcast useful in any way and want to pay us the ultimate compliment, head on over to our Patreon page where you can subscribe to be a classic, stealth, or beast mode subscriber. What's going on, Stow Nation? Thanks for listening to another episode. On this episode, I sat down with one of the founders of Kerma Vans, and we talk all about their performance upgrades that you can get for your van. We go into depth about why you'd want to get their computer tuning upgrade, how it works, and how it compares to the competitor, RENNTEC. Other products we discuss are their upgraded turbocharger and upgraded brakes. So if you're in the market for performance upgrades, Kerma is definitely a must to check out. And with that, please sit back and relax and welcome Kale Siess to the Stow Nation family. Ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah. Kale Siess, part owner of Kerma. Thanks for coming on to Stow Nation today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am.
We got a few products that we want to showcase. So
yeah, I'm really excited. So the number one reason why I asked you to come onto the podcast was because you have a chip that basically plugs into the ECU, and it doesn't alternate. It changes how the van accelerates, decelerates, and I want to get into that. So to kind of jump right out of the gate, can you explain what is it? How does it work? Why would anyone want it? How much is it? And how is it different than the RENNTEC? Because I believe that's one of your competitors, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So.
Well, we are a diesel company, so we're diesel specific. We've been tuning Volkswagen, Audi, BMW since 2004. So we really focus on the small to mid-engine diesel that's turbocharged, and we felt Sprinter was a perfect match for us because it's the right size engine for us. And tuning is our main focus for our company. So we tune different models, and what we typically use is a flash tuner, but it's not quite ready for the Sprinter. Right now we do ECU tunes. So we pull the ECU out and we tune the ECU separately. But once we get through the gateway with this module, then this will be the tuning platform going forward.
So that goes in the van then? Or
you just flash through your OBD.
Okay.
So this connects to your OBD where you do your diagnostic.
Okay.
And then it flashes the ECU.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And it stores a tune file on here and a stock file, so you can flash back to stock.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty nice. Like if you need to go to the dealer or anything like that, you can flash back to stock.
Right.
And we do about 200 different variances as far as mapping is concerned, and it's full engine mapping.
What does that mean?
It means that there's different variables that we use to get more power, or to reduce the leg or get rid of the leg, and get full power from low to high.
Okay. So essentially, if I understand you correctly, that goes in and actually, in a way, hacks the computer system to tell the Sprinter to perform better.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So with diesels, mainly we're giving it more fuel because that's what diesels need for power.
Right.
And then our differences between RENNTEC is we get more low end power. So
what does that mean?
that means if you're like starting from a stop, it gauges quicker, which is really a problem at altitude.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of turbo lag at altitude. So we almost eliminate it. There's a tiny bit, but pretty much most of it's eliminated. And then it also helps for off-roading. So you don't get those dead spots where you can't go anywhere. So you can basically crawl with this tuning module on off-road.
So how's that different than the pedal box then?
The pedal box is a throttle body, so it just opens the throttle body quicker, whereas this is full engine mapping.
Okay.
So it's fuel. Sometimes it can be boost, and then there's pedal mapping. There's about 200 different variances we do.
Oh wow! So you can customize it.
We can. We standardize it because we know what works because we've been tuning since 2004. So we standardize it.
Okay.
We can do custom, but it comes with a price tag. Yeah.
So is this something that you mail out to the customer and they do themselves, or do they have to come to the shop? Or
once this is ready, yeah, we mail it out.
Oh, okay.
This is what we use for our Volkswagen Audi TDIs, our BMW 328Ds, 355Ds, so all the diesels, and then the SUV diesels as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it just comes in the mail. They get all the software to load and unload, and then you just flash it through your OBD to the ECU, and then you get the power.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's pretty easy to do then.
Yeah, it's super easy. And then if people are having trouble, we can always get on with like a team viewer and walk them through it, or we can do it on our own.
Okay, cool.
And then typically on the vans, like on flat driving, you get about 2 miles more per gallon with our tune.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Over the hills, you're using more fuel, so you're not going to get that benefit. But like going through Kansas or flat states and stuff, you'll get that 2 miles more per gallon.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
For the motor.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you kind of touched on it a little bit, but let's talk about warranty. So you said that you can flash it to the standardized mapping that you guys do, but then if we take it to the dealer, we have to put it back to stock. Is that correct?
I mean, that would be ideal. Correct. Mm-hmm.
So let's say I do that and I roll into whatever dealership. Are they going to immediately check for that, or like how? A, does it bust the warranty, and B, how is the dealership going to handle that? Will it void all your warranty that you have left? Or
they could choose to do that if they wanted to. Because once you flash it, it does give a TD1.
What's that?
It just shows that it's been flashed.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of up to the dealer, but we've been doing this since they've been looking at TD1, and Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, they've all gone in for warranty, and they just flash back to stock, and there's been no issues.
Oh, okay.
And Mercedes, I feel, is a little bit more relaxed than Volkswagen and Audi, and especially BMW.
All right. Specifically for the vans, or just the cars? Or?
Just the cars in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard any issues with the vans?
I have not heard of one.
Okay.
That would be specific to a tune, like a red flag of a tune.
Okay.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to us once.
So when you flash it back to the normal, does it still show that TD1 code or no?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. So no matter what, it'll...
But, typically they're not looking for that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how much does it cost?
It's $950.
Okay.
Correct. And then right now we're doing the ECU tune. So once this is ready with the price tag of the ECU tune, we'll send this for free.
Okay.
So it includes the module.
Cool.
And then we're also working on a transmission tune.
What will that do?
It's going to help it shift smoother and quicker.
Oh.
And then it matches our tune identical.
Oh,
so
wow.
you'll get the full power band with the shifting of the transmission.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you have an ETA on that?
It's in development. I've been working on it all summer. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sometime soon.
Yeah, exactly.
So will that be loaded up in there too? Do you do the transmission tuning the same way you do that?
It may be loaded up on here, or we might have to use a separate computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay. TBD.
Yeah, TBD. But we do transmission tuning on all our other vehicles as well, so it's just kind of a natural progression for us. Yeah.
Same question about the ECU portion, about the transmission. You have to flash it back when you take it to the dealership?
Not on the transmission.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That's cool.
And then I'm assuming that Mercedes will be doing updates as we go along. So when they do an update, it kind of wipes everything out.
Oh.
And then you need to get your van retuned, and we do that for free.
Okay.
So you would just send us the original file that they performed, and then we would send you a new tune.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, we've been dealing with that with Volkswagen and Audi for quite a while.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that product because in the Facebook forum, at least I'd say once a week, at least 2 to 3 times a month, someone will go on there, they'll just get their Sprinter van and they'll notice that lag of coming out of a stoplight or a sign or something like that. And I have the pedal box, but this one sounds a lot more legit, so. Yeah,
and we have an advantage because we're up at altitude. Right now, I think we're right at like 7,500 feet. And then we have 3 passes to Denver. So we get to test our software on all 3 passes back to Denver one going over Eisenhower that's over 11,000 feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So is this more inclined to do better at higher altitude than versus like the RENNTEC one?
Yes, because we develop at altitude.
Okay.
And that's where most manufacturers do develop their tuning or
Okay.
their software is at altitude. So you'll see all the cars that are, in camo and they're testing them.
Okay.
The manufacturer's actually going over these 3 passes to see how it performs and if they need to do adjustments.
Gotcha.
So we're doing the exact same thing.
So is there any issues at sea level?
No, it always performs better at sea level.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool. So when do you think that will actually be ready to sell?
We've cracked the gateway. It's just getting the full protocols
Okay,
done.
like a couple
Yeah.
months?
Yeah, it could be a couple months.
So we should look for it in the fall time frame?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Awesome. Are you taking pre-orders?
I haven't started pre-orders, but I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, just
Yeah.
curious.
If people are interested, I can do pre-orders.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And so you have a bunch of other products here on the table. Do you want to go through these products and talk about what they do and why someone would want them?
Sure. We can go to our boost hose upgrade. So this is for the turbocharger, for inlet and outlet, and it's our upgraded boost hose. So this is an actual failure point on the engine. So oil comes back and settles under here. And on the stock hose, it's just a regular rubber. And the oil eats through and it can cause cracking and then it bursts. So I think a lot of people in the older vans have experienced that. So this is a nice upgrade for reliability. And it's a 5-ply silicone.
What does that mean?
It's 5 layers.
Oh, okay. So it's
silicone.
pretty tough?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's got a flora coating, which is it reduces oil contamination.
Okay. That's cool.
And it's basically we provide a lifetime guarantee on this.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And it just goes in, you just take these boost hoses or your stock boost hoses out and then you plug these in.
So it's a pretty easy install then?
Correct.
Like 5-10 minutes?
No, I would say probably about half an hour
Oh, okay.
to 40 minutes.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What else you got?
We have our upgraded brake kit. So we felt the vans, when you're adding a bunch of weight, you need something to stop it safely. So we came up with a 6-piston caliper with the largest rotor on the market, which is at 356. And the rotor's right over here.
What does 356 mean?
That's just the size of it.
Oh, okay.
And this one is slotted, so the heat will push out with the slotted. So if you're hard braking downhill, it pushes the heat out of the rotor.
Okay.
Do you see the slots right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These things right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the slots on the actual rotor right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, these things. Okay.
Correct. So when the caliper's on here and it's braking, it's hitting those slots and that pushes the air out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
it doesn't overheat. So it doesn't overheat the rotor and cause warping.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
it's
a brake pad.
dual-sided. No, this is the rotor.
Okay.
And I can show you the brake pads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this just for the front, back?
Just for the front, because most of the braking is on the front.
Oh, okay.
We will come out with a rear, but right now we have the front.
How does this different than the one that Agile sells? Their big brake?
It's bigger.
Okay.
It's only front. Agile has front and rear, but this one's slotted. Agile's is not slotted.
Okay.
So it's a solid rotor.
Okay.
We're big into motorsports. We do upgrades for our Audis, Volkswagens.
Right.
And we always use slotted for our rotors.
So what kind of difference can we feel using that one?
I would say it would probably be, I would say about 50% more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. That's a lot.
Yeah, the nice thing about this is it's got really big size, and then it's paired with a 6-piston big caliper. So we feel this is a sufficient braking for the van when you add a bunch of weight.
So what's the stock come with? Like how big is it in compared to that, or how much smaller is it compared to that one?
I would say it's probably about 30 to 30% smaller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at the show, I'll have one that you guys can see, so you can see the difference between the two.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how much does the setup cost?
This one's $2,200.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to mention it, the stock is a dual piston.
Oh, okay.
So it's a dual piston caliper, where this is a 6-piston caliper.
Okay. I don't know anything about brakes, so what do the pistons do?
It's just the clamping force.
Oh,
The clamping
okay.
force on the rotor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get better clamping. Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
And now, do you do the install, or does someone
Yeah,
just
we
buy
can-
this and they have to take it somewhere to get it installed?
No,
or?
we can install it, and then we also have dealers throughout the country that can install them as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Got a little hiccup with the chair. Here we go.
Like we have one in Golden
Okay.
that can do the install, and that's Diesel Land, and then Tim, who you were just at, can do installs as well.
Oh yeah, Tim from Adrenaline Vans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'd rather have our dealers do it, but we can do it as well if they're close by.
Okay. So right now we're in Avon doing this podcast, but you're moving to Eagle. You
Correct.
said?
Yeah,
Okay.
right by the airport, so Vail Airport.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So
Just bigger space. With the Sprinters, you need bigger garage bays, and we're out of space in Avon. There's here, Avon and Vail, there's no space for a Sprinter.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a really cool place, but I totally understand what you're talking about, especially if you're dealing with the other cars too. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Oh, and
we got?
also, sorry to not to. We also have stainless brake lines
Oh, nice.
as well for the brakes, and that just helps the response, and it also helps for longevity. So you get a little better response with the braking pedal with stainless lines, and we'll also have these available for purchase probably in the next month. So you can just upgrade your brakes with new brake lines that are stainless,
Nice.
and it gives it a little bit more response on the brakes.
Oh, cool.
And then we pair the caliper with an EBC. It's an SUV/van specific brake pad, and it's a yellow. So
Oh,
it's an
okay.
EBC yellow. And EBC is known through the market as one of the top brake pads for
Okay.
performance.
Oh, nice.
They're used in racing or with Audi or Volkswagen, and they're kind of all across the board.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sweet deal. So
Yeah.
with installation, do you have like a general ballpark how much everything would cost? Or because it's just $2,200 for the brake system itself, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think installation generally would be?
On the brakes, we're probably around $850 for the brakes. That would be install turbo. That installs probably about the same price.
Okay.
We can typically get it done in about 4 hours on the turbo. 4 or 5 hours on the brakes.
So you're looking at approximately like $3,000 for the whole shebang for the brake system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you mentioned the turbo. Do you want to talk about the turbo?
Yeah. So this is an upgraded turbo from Garrett. So Garrett actually makes this turbo, and they made it for the van.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does
And it's the difference is it has a bigger hot side. The back side of the turbo is a little bit bigger, so it can handle higher exhaust gas temperatures. And that's on this back side. And then the difference is it has a billet wheel that's more aerodynamic than the stock. The stock is a cast wheel, and they've failed quite regularly. Like high altitude is typically where they can fail, above 4,500 feet. So Garrett actually made this so that
okay.
it'd be a more robust turbo, and it could handle the higher elevations better.
So does that mean you just get more pickup and you can go faster, or what is that?
The main thing is it's more aerodynamic on the wheel, so it picks up air quicker, so it's going to get on boost quicker, so it gets rid of a little bit of the leg.
Okay.
And then when you're going over the passes, when your EGTs start kicking in, this can handle more EGTs going over the high passes.
What's EGT?
It's exhaust gas temperature. So
Okay.
when you're pushing the motor really hard, the turbo can start heating up.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a point where your ECU will restrict it, and it'll kind of limit fueling, and you'll start slowing down, and sometimes you can actually go into limp mode.
Oh.
So this helps alleviate that going over the high passes. It gives you a much more higher degree of EGTs, and so it's just basically a bigger turbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of people like going less than 50 miles an hour up some pass. Like last night when I was coming here, I think I topped out at a whopping 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So you're saying that would help then?
Yeah, it definitely will help. Yeah.
So if you get the turbo with the ECU, the mapping, what do you call it?
This is called our Q Pro.
Oh, so, Q Pro. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the Q Pro and the turbo system, you should be like a very fine-tuned piece of machinery. Okay.
Correct. And that's what we call our Stage 3 kit. So it's upgraded turbo tuning.
Okay. So you sell them in kits?
Yeah, and we also add our air filter
with
that kit as well. And this gives about 25% more airflow to the turbo.
Oh, okay.
So it replaces your stock air filter.
Okay.
It's a performance air filter, so if you're doing like super dusty roads, you want to check it out because it will clog a little bit quicker than a stock air box. So if you're following somebody that on a dirt road and it's super dusty, it's going to clog up a little bit quicker. But on like highways and everything, it works fantastic. But you can always just take it out and clean it.
Okay.
And it's a lifetime warranty on that as well. So you clean it with, you can do like simple green or soap and water and just get all the particles out. And it's a dry filter. That's really important for a diesel engine. You want to have a dry filter.
Okay. Cool. What is it made out of?
It's like a mesh. It's a dry type of fiber.
Feels like a sponge.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So do you have any other products that you offer that are not on the table?
Like I said, we're working on a transmission tune. We have the boost hoses, and then we'll probably start doing some more R&D on what other people would want. You know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the big question. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
The big question is, do you have this stuff in stock?
We have turbos in stock. We have a lot of brakes in stock. Yeah, I mean everything's in stock. Boost hoses are 3 weeks out.
Okay.
So.
And the filter?
The filter's in stock.
Okay. So most everything's
in stock. And then
stock.
this one, the flash is going to be a few months.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. This all sounds, I want it all. This sounds so awesome, especially going over the passes here in Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awful.
And for off-roading, it's fantastic. And then just the overall driving pleasure, like it just makes it so much more nice to drive.
Yeah.
Because you have power from the bottom to the top.
Nice. So if, I forgot to ask on the turbo, how much for the labor would that cost, or like how much would you charge at your shop to install that?
$850.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
right.
And the turbo's about it's $1450.
Okay.
And then you need a turbo support bracket for it.
Oh.
As well, but it comes with the install kit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, real quick on the warranty with the turbo, should someone wait until I think it's like 36,000 miles on the VS30 chassis? Should they wait after that and then put that on?
It's up to them. It's got the same part number.
Okay.
As stock.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So when they look at it, it's got the same part number.
Okay. So it should be okay under warranty?
I would have no problems.
Okay.
With warranty on that.
Huh.
Yeah, and the stock turbo's a Garrett. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why they just didn't put that one in.
Well, they put it in after. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Always trying to make an extra buck.
Yeah, exactly.
It's working.
Yeah, it works really well.
Yeah.
Tim has this one on his.
Oh, yeah?
And he's got the tuning as well.
Oh, I'm going to have to ask him about that.
So on the heavier vehicles, Storyteller would be nice. If you're running at 9,500 to 10,000, it's really nice to have.
Yeah. How fast? So I was going 45 up the pass.
Uh-huh.
How fast, if I had all this done, do you think I would be able to go up there?
70, I would say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like literally twice as fast, almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would say if you're at that 9,500 pounds.
Yeah. I'm closer to 10, but.
Or 10. Yeah, then maybe 65.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still, that's a lot better than 45.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I almost had a big rig pass me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Anyways, but thanks, Kale. I appreciate your time. It's been a blast, and you have awesome products, and I can't wait for that ECU to come out this fall along with the transmission thing. So
yeah, we're excited, and thanks for having me.
Of course.
All right.
Stonation is a production of Park Media. The executive producer is Younghwa Kim. The audio engineer is
Stephen Grasso.
The marketing director is
Guillaume Golsong.
The original music and artists is done by
Jason Walsmith.
The sound designer is
Lorenzo Interiano.
and the webmaster is
Puncture.
Without any of these people, this podcast couldn't happen, so a big, huge thank you. And a big, huge thank you to you, the listener. If you like this episode, please don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a 5-star review. This is Younghwa with Stowe Nation, and I can't wait to share the road with you.